Persons of various technical sessions, honored guests, respected colleagues, and dear participants. Good evening to one and all. It is my proud privilege to extend a warm and cordial welcome to all of you to this capacity building program on the theme Fortifying Digital India, Understanding Cyber Threats and Regulatory Frameworks. In today's rapidly evolving digital era, technology has become an integral part of governance, education, business, and everyday life. While digital transformation has brought unprecedented opportunities, it has also exposed us to new and complex cyber threats. Issues such as data breaches, cyber fraud, identity theft, and digital surveillance pose serious challenges to individuals and institutions alike. This program has been thoughtfully designed to enhance our understanding of cyber threats and familiarize us with the regulatory frameworks that safeguard digital systems and user rights. Strengthening our awareness and capacity in this domain is essential for building a secure, resilient, and trustworthy digital India. We are indeed fortunate to have eminent resource person with us today, whose expertise and experience will provide valuable insight into cybersecurity challenges and legal framework. Their guidance will help us to develop informed, responsible, and proactive approaches in the digital space. I would like to sincerely thank the organizing committee for their dedicated efforts in conceptualizing and successfully arranging this program. With this word, I once again welcome you all and wish this program great success. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for your insightful and thoughtful address. Your words have beautifully set the tone for this 1 week capacity building program and clearly highlighted the relevance and urgency of the theme we are engaging with. We are truly grateful for your guidance and leadership. We are indeed honored to have with us today our esteemed chief guest, Professor Jiten Hazarika, Vice Chancellor, Dibrugarh University, Assam, a distinguished professor of statistics at Dibrugarh University. He holds a PhD in econometrics from Dibrugarh University. Professor Hazarika brings extensive expertise in econometrics, applied statistics, time series analysis, and biostatistics. He has previously served as a registrar in Dibrugarh University as well as the Dean of Student Affairs, Dibrugarh University. He assumed the role of Vice Chancellor, Dibrugarh University in August 2022. I now invite Sir to kindly address the gathering and share his valuable thoughts on this 1 week capacity building program. Sir.
Thank you, Bhattacharyji. Namaskar and good afternoon to all. Dr. Gautami Dr. Principal Dr. Rohini Kanta Barua Law College, Dibrugarh. Our resource person, keynote speaker, Professor Subram Rajkhwa, Department of Law, Guwahati University, and other faculty members from Rohini Kanta Barua Law College, and other dignitaries present online. At the very outset, I, on behalf of Dibrugarh University, welcome you all to 1 week online capacity building program on Fortifying Digital India, Understanding Cyber Threats and Regulatory Framework, jointly organized by R.K.B. Law College and Nagaon Law College, Nagaon, Assam, from 23rd February to 28th February. Actually, today, our lives are deeply integrated with digital systems, whether it is in social science, basic science, or health sciences. Everything we integrated with digital systems. There is no other way, whether in governance, education, finance, or healthcare. Along with these opportunities come serious risks. A cyber threat is any malicious attempt to disrupt systems, steal data, or compromise digital infrastructure through methods such as phishing, malware, ransomware, or identify theft. These attacks do not merely affect machines, they impact institutions, economics, and individual trust. To respond to these challenges, India has established as structured cybersecurity and regulatory framework. This ecosystem is primarily guided by Information Technology Act, operationally supported by CERT, we briefly actually abbreviated as CERT in full form is Indian Computer Emergency Response Team. As it is Indian, but that IN is in the back of that abbreviation. So these measures aim to protect our digital ecosystem, safeguard personal data, and ensure responsibility use of technology. In recent years, the government of India has also taken practical steps, such as the Samsar Sathi initiative to combat telecom fraud and the national cybersecurity exercise to strengthen national preparedness. At the state level, Assam cybersecurity policy further reinforces institutional readiness and awareness. Actually, everything depends on, that is digitization, everything depends on our basic discipline is nothing but computer science. Now, in so far as computer science is concerned, we are thinking of three main components. One is hardware, next one is software, third one is humanware. Everywhere humanware is there. Hardware developers are nothing but human being. Software developers are nothing but human being. So everything are in our human hand. We have to control. So for that, actually, with science and technology, science and development of science and technology, ethics, particularly social science, that we are actually in NEP 2020 also has given emphasis on science and technology as well as our social sciences. Social sciences means in Indian knowledge, including Indian knowledge system and everything. So without empathy, without our that is ethics, if we are going to ultimately we are human being, we are ethics. We have no ethics, then this type of things will be happen always. But we are not going. I am not going to blame the actually technology developed, because technology developed by the human being. Software developed by the human being, hardware developed by the human being, ultimate users are also human beings. So everything are in our hand. So it depends on us. In recent years, the government has also taken practical steps, such as Sansar Sati initiative, as I have already mentioned. However, I wish to emphasize one important point. Cybersecurity is not merely a technical concern. It is equally a legal, institutional. We have all faculty members from law, equally legal, institutional, and societal responsibility. Technology alone cannot secure our digital future. What is equally vital is awareness, ethical conduct, compliance with regulations, and a culture of digital discipline. Universities and academic institutions, particularly our law colleges, other academic institutions, have a special role to play here. We are not only knowledge creators, but also responsible for shaping digitally aware citizens and professionals. Capacity building programs like this help bridge the gap between technology and regulation, preparing educators and learners to respond thoughtfully to emerging cyber challenges. Let us work together toward building a secure, trusted, and resilient digital India. With these words, I conclude my speech. Tell a story. I have another meeting is going on outside this room, so I have to leave the meeting. But I will be there 3-4 minutes. Okay. Thank you,
Sir. Thank you very much for such an inspiring address. Your words have given us a broader perspective on the challenges and responsibilities that come with a rapidly evolving digital landscape. We are deeply grateful for your time, guidance, and encouragement. We feel truly privileged to have with us today our distinguished keynote speaker, Professor Shubhram Rajkua, former head of the department and the Dean of the Faculty of Law at Guwahati University, Assam, for this 1 week online capacity building program. Sir is a highly respected and dignified academic personality, well known in the field of legal education. His presence today adds great value to this program. Sir, I widely admire for your contribution to the legal academia, and his work and engagement extend well beyond the boundaries of a single institution or region. His experience, insight, and perspective continue to guide and inspire students, scholars, and professionals alike. We feel privileged to have him with us today, and we look forward to gain from his wisdom and reflections on the theme of the program. I now invite Professor Shubhram Rajkua to kindly deliver the keynote address. Sir.
Sir, unmute this.
Shubhram, sir. Shubhram, sir.
Dipankar.
Yes, madam. Yes.
Please tell Vice Chancellor sir to mute the microphone and Rajkua sir to unmute the microphone.
Okay. Excuse. Oh, yes, Vice Chancellor sir already has muted. Shubhram, sir. Please unmute your microphone. Shubhram Sam, am I audible? I think Madam Shubhram sir is there.
Rajkua sir, you are not audible.
Am I audible now?
Yes,
Yes,
yes, sir.
yes.
You are audible. You are audible,
Yes.
sir.
Very good afternoon to one and all. And I wish to thank the institutions for taking up such an important issue. And I believe that during the course of this program, the participants will be very much benefited. And I hope that they will also interact to get the maximum benefit out of it. So far, the theme, as I said, is very important and very much timely because fortifying digital India, how do we go about? I have just heard the Honorable Vice Chancellor setting the note through his inaugural address, and he has placed things in proper perspective because he has not only discussed about the scenario in general, but has also referred to very eloquently on the situation in the state of Assam. Now, so far, this digital India program is concerned. This, as we all know, was launched in the year 2015. and it has widened in extent and expense to cover various sectors, and the government has in good measure succeeded in its objective. What has been the objective? Of transforming the country into a digitally empowered society and knowledge economy. So how we are to transform our country and the society through the knowledge economy. The significance is very much evident from the fact that we are heading towards $1 trillion digital economy. So the magnitude of the economic involvement very much states that we have covered much, although much remains to be done. And this $1 trillion economy is not only confined to the urban sector. The rural connect in particular has achieved substantial measure of success. However, promoting inclusive growth of services, products, manufacturing, and job opportunities in terms of key sectors like digital infrastructure aimed at citizenry through engagement, governance, and service on demand, and digital empowerment of citizens are considered to be key areas of focus. We have seen that its expanse has facilitated much through e-education, e-health, e-governance, such e-governance extending to panchayats in the shape of e-panchayats. Data Act Gen Technologies focuses on making digital communication accessible in native languages. This is very important because if we are to really take part, or if we are to be really educated and associated with the digital infrastructure, then the local language has to be a must. And it has broken down barriers, language barriers in email technology. Similarly, DigiLocker, a secure cloud-based platform under India's Digital India program for storing, assessing, and verifying digital documents, has been remarkably successful. Legally recognized, they are considered as being equivalent to original physical document under the Information Technology Act 2000. Besides ushering in convenience and accessibility, they provide for safety, thereby reducing possibilities of fraud. There have been instances or allegations of some fraud taking place, but then these are being denied after proper scrutiny. Yet, we are suspect to surveillance by undesirable sectors. The proliferation of digital public data has further embedded data into everyday governance. Therefore, when we speak of these aspects, we feel the need for data privacy, security, autonomy, and accountability to address the regulatory vacuum. The vacuum is still there. That has to be acknowledged, particularly by people who are taking a neutral approach or observing these things in a particular manner so that we can contribute towards this system. DigiLocker enables secure sharing of data, documents with consent through cloud-based strategy and digital wallet. As of June 2025, it expanded to cover 54.83 crore registered users. This is no mean achievement. Beyond the e-commerce market, is expected to grow at a compound rate of 27% to reach 126 billion by this year. Quite naturally, this has been possible due to generation of awareness through programs and facilitative services. The introduction of Aadhaar has knowingly or to many unknowingly drawn them into the digital platform. one has to realize that the success of UPI, Diksha, Umang, and other similar services have the potential of transforming the country as evidenced through the wide coverage and digital inclusion. It has fostered technology adoption, improved the delivery of government services, making them more efficient and citizen-centric. I believe that this, in the right course, will ultimately be considered a cornerstone in building a future-ready, globally competitive, and inclusive nation as on the achievement of Viksit Bharat in the centenary year. We can convert information to knowledge that we need to act from the available information globally. But over the past couple of years, the developments related to artificial intelligence has created a significant impact on the ecosystem. Benefits of artificial intelligence have extended to agricultural production, climate, as well as there are benefits and disadvantages so far climate is concerned. Education. In fact, artificial intelligence tutors from anywhere in the world can reach out through Wi-Fi facility, provided we are in a position or we are willing to accept it. There have been transformation in the sphere of health diagnostics as it has been profoundly impacted through artificial intelligence. E-health is increasingly being impacted through secure use of digital technologies. Telemedicine has been quite common for health services, and artificial intelligence has been marked through increasing use of algorithms, machine learning, and data analysis, mimicking human cognition for diagnosing, treating, and managing patients. AI has been recognized to facilitate precision medicine, as it can be effectively used to predict disease progression and optimize drug selection tailored to individual patients. It therefore facilitates synergy with e-health rather than working in silos, providing for proactive care, operational efficiency, thereby enhancing monitoring. However, challenges surface in the areas of data privacy, addressing algorithm bias, and maintaining model transparency. Even though technology has allowed for the creation of additional online spaces for many individuals to participate and communicate socially, it has also become the setting of alarming human rights violations. These include actual forms of violence, discrimination, hate speech, harassment, bullying, and cyber attacks, all requiring different responses. So the challenges are indeed quite Herculean. Cyber warfare and security. Malicious cyber operations against infrastructure can violate the right to life, health, and personal safety, such as attacks on hospitals and public utilities. It is in this regard that privacy has gained in importance. Importance in the sense that privacy is under threat not only in certain developing countries, but in the developed countries as well, because of the misuse of technology. In an increasing digitalized world, the boundaries of law, technology, and governance are rapidly shifting, witnessing an unprecedented expansion in collection, processing, and its monetization, ushering in data-fed societies from biometric authentication to predictive or algorithms, even identities that are abstracted into digital profiles, vulnerable to surveillance and commodification. So the surveillance has come in a very big way. Risk and threats to data privacy from space surveillance, e-commerce, and social media, data breach and cyber attacks, predictive profiling, and behavioral manipulation calls for tools and technologies for data protection and the need for new wave of rights. This is in the context of digital economy in the country. Hence, the need for multi-layered regulatory frameworks covering the health sector, finance sector, telecommunication sector, apart from code of practices, ethical guidelines for data protection, besides institutional architecture for data governance. The gaps and challenges in the Indian legal framework too has to be addressed specifically in AI environmental cost and data infrastructure, and neurotechnology and mind privacy, predictive policing, and social scoring. Cybercrimes are increasingly common in contemporary digital landscape. Several notable cybercrimes associated with video calls and video leaks include video call extortion, that is for blackmailing, unauthorized sharing of personal videos, that is private videos calls for to be surreptitiously recorded and subsequently shared or published online without the consent of the individual being filmed. Sexual extortion and sextortion, non-consensual video recording, cyber stalking via video calls. So therefore, there is a need for balancing national security and rights, apart from individual privacy, which has had a checkered history in the international forum since 1890 publication by Banris. But then, so far India is concerned, we have had a detailed history. Litigation has taken place, and the Supreme Court has, in a significant judgment in 2017, regarded the right to privacy as a fundamental right. However, despite a number of initiatives, the Shah Commission report is there. We have the Sri Krishna Commission reports. A number of bills on data privacy ultimately has seen the light of the day in the DP Personal Data Protection Act of 2023. Rules have been framed recently, notified recently rather, and we are yet to see the extent to which we will be able, or this law will be able to comprehensively deal with privacy rights with regard to data privacy. Publications from 2025 emphasize that to be effective, national cyber security laws must align with international human rights standards to prevent misuse. And therefore, along with balancing national security and rights, legislative and policy focus have to be given much more emphasis. Cyber laws in India encompass a series of regulations and legal frameworks designed to combat cybercrime, facilitate electronic commerce, safeguard digital privacy, and enhance information security. These laws establish a comprehensive structure to oversee online activities, protect individuals, businesses, and governmental bodies from cyber threats and ensure the security of online transactions. If you look at certain figures, in India alone, over 86,000 cases were recorded in a single year in 2023, averaging nearly 10 victims every hour. So the magnitude of the problem, the challenges are indeed phenomenal. Every hour, 10 victims, and this is 3 years back, so this might have increased every hour. So how do we respond? Is the Information Technology Act and the latest DPDP Act sufficient? Amendment to the IPC, or rather the replacement of the IPC, certain provisions with regard to Section 66, Section 66A are very much worth noting. So too aspects of Section 500 related to defamation. The Copyright Act also plays an important role. The Data Protection Act is important because this legislation seeks to regulate collection, storage, and utilization of personal data. Human rights concerns are there at the global level. the fourth generation of human rights have been talked about. They are an emerging category focusing on the profound impact of 21st century technological, digital, and bioethical advancement on human existence. They address challenges like artificial intelligence, big data, genetic modification, and digital privacy, aiming to protect individual dignity and autonomy against unprecedented technological risks. Talk is going on with regard to the fifth generation of human rights. But then, so far this generation goes, it extends beyond human-centric fourth generation biotechnical digital rights. So fifth generation rights include interspecies and intergenerational justice. It focuses on rights involving non-humans, creatures, the environment, and the ethical collaborative relationship between humanity and artificial intelligence. So what is very important is that coming back to cyberspace, accountability in cyberspace predominantly focuses on cybersecurity, cybercrime in the context of nation states and their security. While digital rights warrant protection broadly, malicious cyber operations that target states or commercial infrastructure have particular human rights impact. And it is because of these developments that after prolonged negotiations, the United Nations Convention Against Cybercrime, strengthening international cooperation for combating certain crimes committed by means of information and communications technology systems, on sharing of evidence in electronic form of serious crimes, has come about. However, there is still some time till 40 ratifications are achieved. This international instrument will not be functional. Yet, that countries have come together, these benefits can be taken. Sharing of information at international level, cybercrime beyond boundaries, beyond borders, is something that we need to look at. I'll not mention about the very recent developments that took place with AI conference in Delhi, which was initiated by the former Prime Minister of Britain. The first event took place in England, followed by other countries. So, what are the concerns? Creation of wealth through opportunity. We have the mindset, or we have taken initiative for creation of wealth, but we lack resources. Drastic processing unit that require huge funds. So this is something that we need to focus upon. Last year's union budget had a provision for 2,000 crores. But this year, despite the international event taking place in India, what we have in the budget is 50% of the previous allocation, that is 1,000 crores only. Can we lead in global technology despite 20% digital generation? Because we have only 3% stories. So we have generated, we have digital generation to the extent 20% of the world. But then we have not given much focus on the storage aspect. Research and development, R&D, we spend only 0.64% compared to 3.5% in US and 2.6% in China. So these are areas that we need to emphasize upon. India contributes less than 2% of global computing infrastructure. So infrastructure-wise, we have to move ahead. In education, India needs to contribute more in terms of funds if we are to move ahead digitally. India needs to create wealth and upskill in the context of AI through skill development, involvement, investment. consequences and challenges, we have to be cautious through frugal and bottom-up approach as per economic advisor. This is not something which has been spoken by someone else, but from the economic advisor to the government. IPO and BPO will suffer as they may no longer be required, being replaced by AI. So how do we address these issues? Clusters of DPOs will require a lot of clean water and power. Do we have it? Because coal power is fossil fuel. That again leads to certain negative consequences. As I said, the budgets has to be increased. Problems: application technology, service center as call centers, challenges to move ahead. So what do we need? The need for a robust cybersecurity infrastructure, because we have been particularly vulnerable from our neighbors, China, Pakistan, and now Bangladesh. Cyber attacks on critical infrastructure, such as power grids, transportation systems, and financial networks, can have catastrophic consequences. What is the way forward? The way forward is building cyber resilience in modern digital systems. Developing a comprehensive resilience guidance framework. We have to build it and we have to develop a comprehensive resilience guidance framework. Adopt a holistic cyber resilience strategy. Develop a cyber resilience model, maturity model, and leverage advanced technologies. Though we have the National Cybersecurity Policy, which was adopted in 2013, but still we are subject to various limitations. Strategies for combating cyber threats in a digital age, particularly via terrorism. So we have achieved a considerable amount of success, but at the same time, when you speak of moving ahead in this digital age, looking at the country through the prism of economy, technology, technological development in sphere of the economy, agriculture, etc., what we find is that we still need to fortify to have a digital India, which is the dream of the leaders of the present century. So cyber threats are there, and therefore we need to further the regulatory frameworks, considering the immense opportunities and realizing the challenges that lie ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening and thought-provoking keynote address. We are truly grateful for your time, guidance, and gracious presence. To formally conclude this inaugural session, I now invite Dr. Sujata Bhattacharya, Principal, Nagaon Law College, to propose the vote of thanks. Madam.
Thank you, Dipankar. Good afternoon, Professor Jitin Hazarika, sir. Good afternoon, Raskwa, sir. And good afternoon, all and all present here. I am Dr. Sujata Bhattacharya, Principal of Nagaon Law College. It's my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of the joint venture of Dr. R.K.B. Law College and Nagaon Law College, and to conclude today's formal inaugural sessions of 7-day capacity building program on fortifying digital India, understanding cyber threat and regulatory threat. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Professor Jitin Hazarika, sir, to be the chief guest of today's inaugural session. Your presence inspire us and all the participants. You enlighten us the advantages and disadvantages of the cyber technologies today we use, and also you emphasize on a need of structured cyber technologies. Thank you so much, sir, for your gracious presence. I offer my sincere vote of thanks to Professor Subram Raskwa sir, former Dean Faculty of Law, Guwahati University, for his thought-provoking and enlightening keynote session. Me and Gautami always beg for your guidance and your support whenever we organize any program. Thank you, sir, for being our backbone. You enlighten us not only on the cyber technologies, but also you say that lots of about the government initiative that is needed for regulatory mechanism, multi-layered regulatory mechanisms in the field of cyber tech. Thank you for your presence. And lastly, I offer my sincere vote of thanks to all the participants present here. Your presence, your participation will make this 7-day capacity building program a successful one. My heartfelt thanks to Pankaj Bhattacharya for your initiative, for your constant effort to make this program a successful one. And I'll also thank all the faculty members of Naga Law College as well as Dr. R.K.B. Law College for their untiring effort. Thank you so much, Dipankar. Over to you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your gracious vote of thanks. With this, we come to the end of the inaugural session of this one-week capacity building program. I once again welcome you all and sincerely hope that the deliberations over the next few days will be meaningful and enriching for everyone. We now look forward to the technical session scheduled for the day. Before we proceed, we kindly request all the participants, including our faculty members and respected dignitaries, to switch on their camera for a virtual group photo. Please, all participants are requested to switch on your camera so that we can take group photo for the inaugural session. Okay, thank you to each and every one of you. We'll be shortly, you can join our next technical session will be starting sharply from 2:30. So we hope that everyone joins the session. Okay, thank you.